What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rip City Rundown, and as you saw by the title, today we are going to be talking about how training camp has gone so far for the Trailblazers, some storylines, some updates, and everything that's just going on. I really don't know how I titled this video yet because I'm still working on that, but I kind of just want to get a rundown on everything that's going on at Trailblazers training camp at UC Santa Barbara. So before we get into the video, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to stay tuned and stay in the know about everything going on with the Portland Trailblazers and the Rip City Rundown brand right now. Those links are in the description. Remember, October 4th, the day after the Blazers' first preseason game, we will be dropping our website and merchandise. As you see, I am wearing the black Rip City Rundown shirt right now. The Bad Shot shirt is behind us, front and back. I'm kind of going to throw all the designs on the screen right now. Those are the front and back of everything, and then the sweatshirt and the hat as well. So just wanted to get that out of the way before we get into the video. And with that being said, let's talk about some training camp. So I'm going to be using a lot of the reporting from Shaedon Sharpe at the Rose Garden Report. He's done a great job. He is down there reporting right now for the Blazers at camp. He's kind of the main reporter there, but I've really appreciated what he's done. If you haven't checked him out or don't follow him on Twitter, go follow him at Highkin, Highkin, Shaedon Sharpe on Twitter. You'll find him if you just search up his name. But some things that have been going on, some key storylines is the Blazers are really raving about some young guys, especially Keon Johnson. According to Damian Lillard, Keon Johnson has looked very good so far this camp, which is a very encouraging sign. We saw him at Summer League kind of take over that lead guard role. Coming into Summer League, you thought it was going to be Shaedon Sharpe or Brandon Williams. Obviously, Sharpe went down with an injury. Brandon Williams still showed out very well, but Keon Johnson was kind of the guy that was the most surprising in how he played and the success he had, and then also just how he carried himself. He was truly one of the leaders on that team along with Trent and Watford. So hearing that he is getting raved about, he's getting talked about from Chauncey and Dame is a very encouraging sign. Another guy that has been talked about a lot is Shaedon Sharpe. They're saying Shaedon Sharpe has got some of the most athletic skills they've ever seen. Anthony Simons was asked about Shaedon Sharpe, and he said he's super talented. He pretty much has it all. Super athletic, quick, strong, shoots the ball pretty easily. As soon as it slows down, he figures some things out. He's going to be a problem. And then Shaedon Sharpe even said, when asked by Shaedon Sharpe the other day, he said, first couple days were pretty solid. Got to know the sets, got to compete, so first days in the books, it's been pretty good. And he also mentioned, I don't have the exact quote here, that he did kind of struggle a bit at first, but once he does things a couple times and everything slows down, he's had a lot of success. He also said, they're getting to know how I play and where I like the ball, and same with me to them. So, the chemistry is coming when it comes to Sharpe and the rest of the team. And then even if you go back to media day, Damian Lillard's raving about him. Dame said, and this quote's pretty long, the talent is off the charts. When I watch him work out, everything is just easy for him. Defensively, he recovers. I saw him and Nas play one-on-one. Nas kind of got a step on him and rose up, and it was the top of the square, and they met up top. Only a super athlete can get up with another super athlete. And he made it effortless. Offensively, when he handles the ball, it looks effortless. But I really like his disposition. He's always calm. When I watch him, I think, what if I was 18 or 19 and had to jump in an NBA team? I don't know what that would look like. And then he goes on and on about how just he carries himself and how sharp his mentality when it comes to the NBA game. And that's a good point. Like, Shaedon Sharpe is only 18, maybe, or he's 19 now. But the fact that Damian Lillard is saying how calm he is and how stoic he is at that age, that's a really good sign. He reminds me just a lot of how Damian Lillard was when he came into the league, or even Anthony Simons. We've got a lot of personalities on this team that are very quiet, very calm, down to earth. The obvious Damian Lillard, Anthony, Shaedon Sharpe, and even Jeremy Grant kind of comes off that way. But then we also have the guys that are outgoing, like Josh Hart, Nas, Nurkic, even Jabari Walker a tad. So we've got a very different group of people. We've got guys that gel together, that contrast. We don't have one certain type of player on this team when it comes to their attitude and mentally. So I think that's a really good thing when it comes to this team. Chauncey was asked just about how training camp's gone so far, and he said, last year at camp, we spent a lot of time making sure everyone's in shape. This year, everyone's in shape, so I'm able to be a little more intentional about what drills we do, not having to worry about pushing guys. It's almost like a practice instead of a camp. And I think that's a really important thing to note. Joe Cronin even said at the media day that this group has put in the most work in the offseason that he's seen since he's been with the Blazers, and that's like 15 years. So I think the step in the right direction we took this offseason when it comes to getting guys that want to work. I'm not saying last year's team didn't want to work, but when you've got a team that's together for multiple years, you can kind of get complacent. You know what's going on. This team was forced to work together because it's a ton of new players. You've got to gel before it gets too late. So I think that's a good thing that Chauncey said. I want to say that Chauncey was asked about Nurkic, and he's saying, while Nurkic is in very good shape, and he looks good because of his time with the Bosnian national team, and he's been able to, play himself into shape compared to past years where he's kind of come to training camp and used training camp to get in shape. He's not to the point where the Blazers want him to be, because the Blazers probably want to play fast this year. Chauncey said that Nurk is, while he's in shape, he's not at the shape he needs to be to play the way we want him to play. I think that's a very interesting thing. So look for Nurk to slim down even more. Obviously, he's not going to slim down a lot because he is just naturally a massive human, but the Blazers sound like they want to play fast, and I think that's a very fun thing if you're a Blazer fan. So look out for that in the future, just how the Blazers play. So, yeah, that's really all I have when it comes to Nurk. I think the main takeaway from training camp so far is connectivity. We talked about that a lot with the media day. And then effort. This team is going to be a winning team due to the fact that they are connected and give effort. They're going to be a team that goes 100% all the time. And I think that's something that Chauncey Billups really embodies. Those Pistons teams he was on weren't necessarily the most talented team by any means. That Lakers team they defeated in the 2004 finals was definitely better than them when it comes to talent. But the Pistons played with heart, and they played with passion, they played with effort, and they had some of the best chemistry in the league. I think that's something that the Blazers and what Chauncey Billups is trying to instill in this Blazers team, and that's a fun sight. That's a fun thing to know that's going to happen. So I wouldn't take the preseason games as really what exactly the season's going to go. I think you got to take some time with this team. It's going to take some time to gel. There's going to be things in these preseason games that are going to be important to watch out for, just how fluid this offense is, effort defensively. But I would wait a couple weeks once we get into the season to really give a grade on how Chauncey Billups in this offseason was. So look out for that. But training camp seems to be going well so far. Just, I think, 2 days left in training camp before they fly up to Seattle for that game that's now coming Monday night. So as you're seeing this on Friday, just a couple more days until that training camp day, that preseason game. That should be a fun one. If you want to watch it, I think you can watch it if you're from Portland on Root Sports. I'm not positive on that, but also NBA League Pass should be carrying it. So if you don't have NBA League Pass, you might want to check in on that. So that'll do it for the video, guys. That is just my update on training camp so far, and it's been going well from everything we've heard. So let's hope it carries into the preseason and into the regular season. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.